live in the dungeon. This is the Dream Warrior Review. I'm Kurt Thomas.
I'm Miq Strawn. Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Tom McLaughlin.
Yes.
Let me try that. Speaking of Tom McLaughlin. Did I say his name right?
You said Kyle McLaughlin.
No, Tom.
Tom
McLaughlin.
Yes.
Cool guy with long hair.
You're right, exactly. Director.
So, my knowledge of him is basically me seeing him at a table while we're doing Vengeance. Mm-hmm. And I just said, hey. And he said, hey. That was it.
That's it?
Yeah, basically that's my conversation with him. That was it. And then I realized who he was later. I'm like, oh, I think he looked familiar. And I'm like, whatever. And like, oh, that was Tom McLaughlin.
Tom McLaughlin, yeah.
So I saw a YouTube video of him.
Yeah.
And it was him talking about, he was being interviewed by this other guy, this podcast guy.
Yeah.
It was very awkward because they had showed a shot of this guy going, so I have a question, Tom. And he was looking at the camera, and then Tom was answering, and he had those cool in the background. Like he had the electric thing in the background.
Right,
and the skulls. And
right.
He had a Halloween mask and like a Jason mask behind him.
Right. And
he was talking about his upcoming movie, Friday the 13th.
Oh,
but it's like he's like, I'm not going to do anything that's been done before, and I have this vision. And anyway, I just
he's going to do it as a film, as a fan film.
Yeah, is he? I don't know if he's doing it as a fan film, but he's writing. He was talking about the script. And the story.
Okay, he's writing,
and how he's trying to do something different. He's not following any of the story, the Jarvis story, or any of that stuff.
Wow.
And it's like going to be set in the winter apparently. And I was like,
there you go.
But I was just fascinated by him, just by the way he was talking about the movie, and you could tell he's obsessed with horror movies. And
he is obsessed with horror movies.
Yeah,
I love that. I love the fact that the first time I walked up to him, he goes, "You built a restaurant for me in the middle of a parking lot 30 years ago." I was like, "Oh yeah, all right."
What movie was that?
It was a TV show. It was,
TV show.
What was it called? Freddy's Nightmares.
Oh yeah,
Freddy's Nightmares. It was the burger place.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember the fast food restaurant.
Yeah. Well, so obviously there's a segue here.
Yeah.
We're talking about Vengeance. I want to talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Since we saw the movie, it came out on the 13th.
Saw the movie.
Yeah, if you don't know, it's been out for a while.
Really?
I mean, come on, guys.
Friday the 13th Vengeance. Go out and see it. Right. Come on, people.
There's an amazing leaf in there, but I don't want to brag. But anyway,
you and your leaf.
Well, I was actually shocked that Jeremy put me down as a set decorator. I'm like, that's amazing. I was happy about it. I was like, that's good. And then you were like the fog. What were you like, the fog master?
Fog master
of the universe.
Yeah, fog master of the universe. Yeah, so, that's right. Yeah,
but that's
plus production designer.
Yeah, that little
first AD.
Job,
yeah,
just those little jobs.
Those little jobs.
I did a couple other things, but I'm really proud of my leaf. So I have to.
There you go.
Yeah,
and you know what? As well you should be. It was an amazing leaf.
And I was telling my wife, I had two goals that were on my checklist of things to do in my life.
Right.
One was to work on a horror movie.
Right.
And one was to get on IMDb.
And you did,
I did
both
at once.
Both at once.
Yeah.
That's good. How good is that?
That's good. That's really
as good as it gets.
But I really enjoyed the movie. In fact, I may or may not have seen, I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, I may or may not have seen a rough version of this movie before Dustin. The reason
right,
I'm
no,
saying
you were supposed to see it.
Okay, good. So I did see this in a rough version.
Right,
I was just being cautious.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, like I need to be. But Dustin did a freaking amazing job on the editing, and I was actually concerned about the audio issues because I was thinking to myself that would take days and days. It is
so true. The audio version
and it wasn't just,
of the
like,
early ones.
Nothing was done wrong. It was just background noise, really.
Yeah, it was. Well, the thing is that area was tough because it actually was. Although it had all the trappings of being out in the country.
Yeah.
It was actually right next to a really heavy road, as well as having a baseball.
Yeah,
a baseball camp in the middle of it, and all those things contributed to a rather busy background.
And there was an airplane near airport. There's definitely an airport nearby.
Right. No,
trains too.
There was a lot of trouble. There was a lot of trouble with sound, and I got to say,
he did a great job. And there was one scene I was like,
really clean.
There was so much car noise. I'm like, how's he going to fix that? And then I'm like, oh, he fixed most of it. He pretty much did a really amazing job of hiding that sound
under birds.
And then he put birds on it. I'm like, that was a nice touch. I liked it.
Yeah.
So my wife didn't even notice it. And I was like,
I was surprised at the difference between the rougher one and that one.
Yeah. Well, obviously it was a rough version, but I mean, but no, I was actually really impressed with it. And I liked how it was tightened up a little bit. It was a lot more.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it has got to be one of the better films already.
Yeah.
Than many of the films that I worked on.
Yeah.
You know, I was considering that we spent no money, we had no time, and that they pushed balls to the wall to get it out before Friday the 13th because it's Friday the 13th.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, my wife, who hadn't really seen any Friday the 13th movies, she watched it with me. Yeah. And she said that she asked me how much the budget was, and I told her, she's like, no way, that was not made for $50,000.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like, no,
absolutely. It was, and it was it's amazing.
So she said
it really
was
is
pretty, except for the death scenes, but she liked the death scenes. Her favorite one was the death scene of Jason's character, the redneck guy.
Yeah, that has been a number one. The one with the pickaxe, the little pickaxe.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
that's another favorite
that's
one.
A good one. I kind of like the cheesy one, the one with the windshield, or not the windshield, the car window.
The car window one is super popular.
I mean, that was just a great sequence because you had the engine,
the engine one, and then I know. I mean, that was absolutely. It was a great sequence. You know,
I did like the visual of the bodies dropping.
The bodies dropping with the prisoners in front,
which I wasn't there that day.
And the whole look of Robert's death was amazing. Yeah. You know, him being underneath the boat and the way that the light worked from the lamp out.
I know. I'm frustrated because I was setting up for that.
Right.
The last day I was there.
Right.
And then they said, oh, no, we don't have any more time. Don't forget about it. And I was like, oh, I can't say I worked on that one. Because it looked really nice. And I know exactly where you shot it, too. It was pretty obvious. I was like, wow, I know that.
You know where we shot it?
Well, if it was in the same place we were, I was familiar with the backgrounds and the lights and stuff that were used. Maybe I don't know where it was shot.
You don't know where it was shot.
Where was it shot?
Okay.
Somebody's kitchen?
No, it was shot inside of the shed.
Oh, they talked about doing it inside the shed.
Well, the problem that we had was that we were going into night.
Yeah.
We didn't have anywhere for that.
Well, that was amazing then.
We didn't have enough time to put it in. So we just blacked it out. We just blacked it out and
it looked amazing.
Yeah, it really did. Yeah.
And I think you can control the light a lot better that way, right? If you're inside.
We did, and we got it up on a table so that he was up on a table when we were working with it.
Well, I think for me, I bailed on Angelica a little bit, and I was like, I'm following this guy.
That's really funny. That's a lot of people said that. A lot of people said that in the end, the Robert character came out stronger. Yep. And you know what? Here's the weird thing about it. Robert's character was not apparent. You know what I'm saying? During the filming of it, the overall arc and how he played that arc was not really strong to see because it was really quirky. Yeah, and he did a really good job of keeping in mind where he had to be in the next part of the scene and where he was going with it, and he did a really good job. I mean, it's funny because I've always, whenever I see somebody on set that I don't know what they're doing, an actor, and I mean, and then I don't know exactly what he's trying to do, then I always focus in on that, you know, and because there, he's got a story in his head that isn't everybody else's story.
Well, well, I saw him before he shot a lot of his scenes. Yeah. Like the night before, like the day before. Right. He was just thinking about it. You could tell he was like processing everything. Yeah. Like he was in his head a lot.
He did a great job of it. I have to say that I have a great deal of respect for him.
I thought pretty much in general everybody did a good job except for that one guy, and you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah,
dick. It's terrible.
Anyway.
So
sorry, Jeremy. No, just kidding.
Let's just say that Jeremy Brown.
Yes.
Did a great job. Jason Brooks as Jason, and the props and so forth on it, and all the little Easter eggs in there that between Jeremy and Jason. And,
if you follow the movies, it's really fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. It is fun.
And even if you don't, apparently, because my wife enjoyed it, and she's, she hadn't really seen any of them.
Maybe it was a good film,
so
too.
she didn't really know the backstory. She didn't really know all that stuff. But
but it had a great look.
Yeah.
Well,
of course, the production designer did a decent job.
I thought it was a pretty good cheat. I got to tell you, I thought that, for the camp, we did it. We did it pretty well. I mean, there you go. We all done a good job. Looked great.
But as always, one of my favorite characters was the Fog.
The Fog. And the Fog was just a continuing nightmare. If you had been on set to see...
Well, I missed the flamethrowers.
The Fog.
I didn't see that.
You didn't see all the...
I saw the beginnings of the flamethrowers.
Right.
Because I was like out, and then apparently you had done some modifications on something.
Well, I did. I did.
And I helped you with some of that. Like putting the new tanks on.
Putting the new tanks and changing. Yeah. Because they would burst out into flames all the damn time. And somebody went like this. Turns around and goes, has that thing caught on fire like 10 times? And the guy standing next to me he says, this thing's caught on fire like 10 times in the last 5 minutes. Which was very true.
Well, the first time I used one of those foggers was during that scene with the bottle going through the head.
Right.
And
down there.
It caught on fire, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I was staring at it like, oh, this is cool. And you're like, put it in the ground. And I'm like, oh, okay.
That's right. Put it out.
I was like mesmerized by the flame.
It doesn't do us any good if it's burning.
Yes. I was like, I don't know what to do, but it's pretty.
I don't know what to do. But yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. But anyway.
So yeah, it's definitely go see it. It's free. Yeah. It's free.
It's free. Go see it
wrong.
on.
I like Vimeo because it's a little bit better quality.
Yeah, Vimeo is definitely better.
I actually
quality.
hooked it up to my big screen.
You can catch it on Vimeo, and you can catch it on.
I don't know if I was saying Vimeo
YouTube,
right, but
YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
Yeah. Vimeo.
It's easier on YouTube, but it's prettier on Vimeo. That's what I gotta say.
Well, there you go.
Because it's high definition and it looked great on my TV.
Yeah. So, just out of curiosity, what are we gonna rate it?
We should bleep our ratings. Like, I give it up.
Oh yeah, give it up. I think it should have been.
Well, I it's hard to rate. See, I don't know. You probably have this problem when we talk about your movies you've worked on
all the time.
It's hard to like rate something you worked on because you feel close to it, and you're like, and you don't want to offend anybody. And like, there's some things that I might critique about it, but I don't want to say too much. You know? Okay, what I mean?
Well, I'm just going to put it right out there.
Yeah. You're going to say it's a 4 out of 4.
No, I'm giving it a 3.8.
3.8. Okay.
3.8. I would have gone higher had it been not roughly edited. I think the only problem with it right now, from between being a great film and the film that it is right now, is editing. And I think that they gave themselves a very short period of time to edit it in. And I think that a little bit more editing, 3 weeks of... and I've said this before. I said 3 weeks of editing, that'd come up to a 4.1. Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's an elite status there, people.
No, I agree. The editing could have been... I mean, if there were more time, obviously you could comb over it a lot more.
Exactly.
Maybe step away from it for a couple of weeks and then come back and look at it again.
Right.
That's kind of maybe a good approach.
And that's...
I know I've done that.
Jeremy's going to come out with a director's cut.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of funny because, let's face it, they're all director's cuts.
That's a good point. Every cut is.
Every cut's a director's cut in this case. So.
But yeah, I think that's one problem. But also another thing, because it's a fan film, I think there's some problems with it that you wouldn't have in other films. Like, for me, I felt like there was a little bit of a pacing problem because you're trying to cram a whole bunch of stuff into.
Oh yeah.
And so basically, you have to give all these people that donated money their time.
Right. You have to
have
kill.
25 kills rather than 10.
But honestly, I think
I don't know how many kills there were. I was just throwing out a number. No, but I think that but I'm still going to give it a high rating because I really enjoyed it and I thought it looked amazing.
Right.
And sounded amazing. And there's a lot of talent there. You could tell.
The thing is I think the whole film is there. I think I think an amazing film is there.
Yeah.
This is a really, really good film. I think there's an amazing film in the can.
So I'm going to go lower.
So
I'm gonna go just to be like lower.
Just to be an asshole.
3.7. No, I'm gonna give it 3.7. But if it like with the editing, and then maybe if it was just you can't really fix the pacing. But
up high,
I'd give it a 4 probably if the editing was a little bit prettier.
Yeah.
So anyway,
we got that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're about the same. I mean,
so yeah,
but we're biased. So who knows?
Yeah, totally biased. What can I say? Yeah.
I know. Yeah.
It was a great film.
I want to know what somebody else thinks of it. I want to know what a super Friday the 13th fan thinks about it, and then somebody has no idea what the hell Friday the 13th is. I want to know those two opinions.
Yeah, there you go. Someday we'll
whoever's out there.
Yeah, get back to us on that.
I'm not going to hold my breath on that one.
There you go. Okay, guys.
I think it's the same 3 guys.
Was
this a whole episode?
This was well, how many minutes we got on?
15, man.
We got 15.
We're rocking here.
Yeah, we got it here. Well, then this is an episode.
I think we should stay tuned. Tell people that this might not be the last time we talk about Vengeance, because I'm hoping to bribe some people into talking to us about things.
I think we have to. Yeah. Okay, but
for now,
this is the first time that we put numbers to it.
Yeah, this is great.
So there you go.
I hope he's happy with our numbers.
I don't really care when we.
I'm gonna get hate mail from Jeremy now. You gave it a 3.7, mother. Actually, no, that's not how he talks. You gave it a 3.7, motherfucker.
By the way,
was that a good Jeremy? No, it wasn't.
I have to tell you something. Chris McNeil, who was the camp counselor, you should hear his Jeremy.
Yeah, I want to hear it.
Fucking amazing.
My Jeremy was awful.
Oh, his is amazing. I swear to God, it's like he starts into it, and all of a sudden you think it's Jeremy. I'm like, whoa, wait, he does it perfect. He just has that kind of flat, that sort of flat, kind of monotone-ish.
Mm-hmm. It's like it's a problem to be having to say a sentence. I have to say another sentence.
It's so true. And the other thing is he has a very deep nasal voice.
Yeah.
Who has a deep nasal voice?
Right.
Yeah. So.
And then you have Dustin, who sounds like a Muppet.
Doesn't sound like anything.
He has a nasally voice too, but it's a different register.
Yeah, but Dustin talks like this. It talks like this. Yeah, it's really funny because he's got a girlfriend, beautiful, love her.
See, nobody can see your face when you do that, but
yeah. And I see her. I walk up at the con RCC. The Rose City Comic Con, right? And she's there, and I walk up, and I'm shaking everybody's hands. Hey, how's it going? 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 Emily, how's it going? Well, what was that? And I was like, she and Dustin are made for each other. I mean, that's exactly how, whenever I was talking to Dustin, particularly when I really needed him to answer.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, he also had his arms crossed too, so he was like, "I don't want to answer your question."
Yeah, so, I know. And if he doesn't, the hell, he's never going to. I mean, he will actually look at you while your lips are moving, and you can see on his face that he isn't registering what you're saying. It just isn't even. It isn't even going from here to there.
I'm convinced he's a robot.
Yeah,
but I might be wrong.
He's one of the nicest robots around.
And he's very talented. Oh my God,
no doubt. Oh yeah.
I want him to work on my movie, the Strawn makes the salad.
Yeah. Wow. And on that really sad note, we're gone.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us on the Dream Warrior Review podcast. Don't forget to tell your friends about us, follow us, and, of course, like us. We can be found on Podbean, which is an amazing app, YouTube, Stitcher, Alexa on any pod, iTunes, Google Play. We're on Twitter as well, at DW Review, and, of course, Facebook. You can find us there. You can also email us at dreamwarriorreview@gmail.com.